In an interesting turn of fate this past Saturday, that saw a welterweight battle between Rocha and Rocha Ashie. The two combatants put on a show that was fit for an audience in California, primed and ready to see two combatants go to war. And that is exactly what the two gentlemen did. They staged a fight that is already an early candidate for Fight of the Year, and we're just trying to get out of January. Is this what January 2023 is setting in motion for the rest of the year? I hope so, because if boxing is going to go down this block, we are going to be highly entertained. Let's talk about this fight between Rocha and Ashie just a little bit more. Boxing is definitely the theater of the unexpected. And this past Saturday, we just had another bout that shows us exactly what that's all about. As we took in Rocha against Rocha Ashie, two welterweights that came together to provide us with some entertainment. Now, a lot of times when we see fights like this, we don't know what to expect. We just know that the house fighter, Rocha, has been brought in to once again and perform at the highest level that he's capable of. And he had a dance partner in Ashie who was going to somewhat offer up some resistance, but not like what we ended up seeing. This turned out to be literally a knockdown drag out. Ashie, who came up from junior welterweight, is not a full-fledged welterweight, and he was a last-minute replacement. But Alexis Southpaw came in with his record of 22-1 with 14 KOs, looking to really impress on the night. And one of the most important reasons for him to impress was there are rumblings that Terrence Bud Crawford might be signing with Golden Boy, his promoter, and he may be able to secure a fight against Terrence Bud Crawford in the near future. If that be the case, then it looks like Rocha will have hit the jackpot. But we don't know 100% if that's exactly what it's going to be. But we have to consider, out of his last 3 fights, that March 22 fight against Blair Cobbs is what set things in motion for him. Many people had Cobbs favored going into that fight, and he ended up surprising most with a 9th round KO of Cobbs, and that set Rocha on his way. Now this fight with Ashie turned out to be a little bit more than what he expected. Though Ashie, being the naturally smaller guy and strong but not with a big punch, he was very vulnerable. He fought often with his chin high in the air. He threw his punches with his chin in the air. He pulled back away from punches with his chin in the air. And I had thought as I was watching this match, it's only going to be a matter of time before Rocha is able to catch up to him. And sure enough, Lex did catch up to him. Now, Ashie's record of 33-6 and 1 draw and 25 KOs didn't really show much at the welterweight division. He's 38 years old, and he looked a little bit, every bit of 38 in some instances of this fight. But one thing that was off the scales was his ability to be resilient, to show heart and courage, and the desire to stand in there and fight. A lot of fighters will lay down. A lot of fighters will not give their best efforts. And on this night, Ashie was able to come in and do exactly that. He was dropped early in the fight, and he looked the worse for wear as he hit the canvas. I remarked, oh, he may not make it. The 3rd round, a right hook from Lex put him down in a crumpled heap, but he got up to finish the round. He held, he did what he needed to do to survive. And that's what let me know that Ashie was not just your typical run-of-the-mill performing fighter. Interestingly, Rocha went on the attack after that, and I had even given Ashie the 5th round, coming back trying to fight off even harder, but he just didn't seem to have the type of power that could turn back the aggression of Lexus. So Lexus was able to pull out this victory with a spectacular 7th round KO. Once again, that right hook caught Ashie and stunned him. He went to the canvas in a heap, face first, as the referee waved the fight off. But this was the type of battle, it was back and forth, people. It wasn't one-sided as you might think, but it was action-packed by both men. And that's why I said an early Fight of the Year candidate, though it was a spectacular highlight reel knockout for Lexus. George Ashie, he represented very well. He just wasn't strong enough. And you have to wonder, like, when you see fighters like Rocha, is he deceived by what happened in the fight? Because he was beating on a naturally smaller man. And at the age of 25, there are plenty of welterweights in the division where he campaigns that can give him the type of challenge that he really needs. Will he get the opportunity at a Terrence Bud Crawford? Maybe he will. But there are others: Stanionis, Ortiz, Jamal James, Jerron Boots Ennis. There are a number of names that he can consider. You throw in Crawford into the mix, just adds one more, polished champion. I don't believe he's ready for a fight like that against a Bud Crawford. And if Golden Boy has signed Crawford, it could be an angled pitch to get something else done in the near future as far as a big fight. But we'll be there to watch it, won't we? Because that's what boxing is all about. The best fighting the best. Now, I want to see Mr. Rocha get in there against one of these other contenders to really prove to us that he's ready to take that next step. And I think that he can be very competitive. But we have to get him in there first to see exactly what's going to be what. What do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know, what did you think of this weekend's bout between Alexis Rocha and George Ashie, and leave comments below. If this be the start of 2023, my goodness, sit back, grab your favorite beverage and snack, and enjoy the ride. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.